The big day is here for the Philadelphia Eagles fans. A chance to shower the team with love after they won their first Super Bowl Sunday.
There's expected to be more than 2 million people in the city today for the parade, which kicks off at 11 this morning. We have you covered as well.
Let's start with WFMZ's Alexandra Hogan, who is live along Benjamin Franklin Parkway. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. So yes, I'm right here along the Benjamin Franklin Parkway in Philadelphia ahead of the exciting Eagles parade after their first ever championship win. They are Super Bowl champs, and normally at this time I would be saying it doesn't look like much, but we'll be seeing more and more throughout the day. But I can't say that this morning. It's 5 o'clock, already crowds of people we've been seeing, more and more people as the minutes pass by, everyone decked out in their Birds gear, and they're not the only ones decked out. A lot of the buildings still lit up in green, just celebrating the big Super Bowl win that we saw this past Sunday. So let me explain a little bit of where I am. So right here along the Benjamin Franklin Parkway, this is where the athletes, the big celebration will take place. Of course, where I'm standing will not be as spacious in a couple hours, likely packed with people just here to cheer on their Birds. Of course, we've got more people all bundled up. You can see that they're definitely excited, and it is a cold morning, so that's a testament to the loyalty of all of these fans who are bundled up as well. It is a cold morning, so if you yourself are planning on coming down here, make sure you grab a warm jacket. We actually saw some fans from Reading who drove in early. A lot of people coming even last night to make sure they get the best spot. They're all heading down that way to get to the museum. That's where that parade will finish, so they're hoping that they can get good spots, and we're going to walk that way, so we'll be showing you some of the parade routes, so stay with us. It's going to be a fun morning, a lot you don't want to miss. Back to you guys. So we started along the parade route and we made our way up to where it will end, and man, it is packed with people, as you can see behind me. Fans are just lined along here, and over here is the museum itself that you can see where people will be gathered for the end of that parade. Got some fans over here. Very excited about the victory. A lot of Super Bowl fans just so excited. And we were surprised to see people who've been here since last night, many of them sleeping on the ground. There are tents here, just crowds of people just swarming this area. All of the media trucks that you can see here as well. And again, that parade doesn't even kick off until 11 a.m., but it will end over in this area. These people already waiting here to get the very best spots. So we will be here throughout the morning showing you the progression of what it looks like 30 minutes by 30 minutes. Again, a lot of excited fans, and I'm sure a lot of you are excited as well. So if you can't make it to the parade, we will be here for you, giving you all the coverage. Back to you guys. Good morning. I am standing in the middle of the parade route. This is where those champions will make their way, ending right here at the Philadelphia Museum right behind me. They will start at Broad and Pattinson. That's at 11 a.m. Again, ending right here. As you can see, it's lit up, ready to go. At the end of the parade, there will also be a ceremony held right here. It's such an exciting day after the big Super Bowl win that we saw on Sunday. We know that the final score was 41-33, and now the city is lit up in green. You can see some of the buildings around me just bringing up those big bright lights. And of course, even though it is 6 a.m. in the morning, check out all of these crowds of people that are here. They've been here, some of them, since last night. Some coming camping out in tents, some still sleeping on the ground, but these people are not sleeping. These people are ready to party and ready to celebrate the Eagles, who for the very first time are Super Bowl champions. Just check out the energy. I don't know what kind of coffee these people are drinking, but I want that coffee this morning. Definitely an exciting time for all of these fans. They've been here and will continue to be here again until the parade starts at 11, but that's just the beginning. They still have to make their way all the way up here. Now, a couple things to know. There are 14 Jumbotrons along the parade route, ending here again. These barricades that we're seeing, those are the entirety of the parade route. And then also also a thing to keep in mind. There will also be EMS and police on hand. We've seen police officers basically on every single corner, making sure that everyone is safe and that there is enough security. Again, we're expecting roughly more than 1 million people here, and that's just an estimate. There's no real way to know until that parade begins. So we'll be here for all of this excitement, and you can stay at home and tune in here on 69 News or at WFMZ.com. Back to you guys. Good morning, everyone. Yes, so I'm standing in the middle of the parade route. This is where the culmination of all of this big celebration will end up. Behind me is the Philadelphia Art Museum, already fully lit up as people are still putting on the final touches. This is where the ceremony will take place at the end of this 5-hour event that will start at Pattison and Broad. The kickoff for the parade is at 11 a.m., but as you can probably hear behind me, that has not stopped people from coming out early. The whole city is in celebration mode. Here you can see the crowds of people just waiting. And again, remember, these people know that they won't even see the parade until 3 p.m. when it comes here. Many of them came out last night. Many of them camped out. Some of them we've seen sleeping on the ground. A lot of them just ready. They've got food, they've got supplies, and they're ready to go. So these fences that you can see have lined the entirety of the parade. So a lot of the major streets in Philadelphia are closed today just for this big celebration. And again, that starts at Pattison and Broad, ending here at the Philadelphia Art Museum. So if you think back in 2008 when the Phillies won the World Cup or the World Championship, there were roughly 1 million people here, but the mayor of Philadelphia is saying that he predicts more people to be at this celebration. And as we can see by the numbers of people here hours early, I don't think that that will be a surprise for anyone. And if you take a look at the skyline now, you can see just the green everywhere in the city. Many of these skyscrapers have either green lights, they have banners, they have words scrawling across the building saying Eagles, championships, all of that. And of course, all morning, all day, you'll be hearing these chants. So overall, it's an exciting day for the world of sports. We also have the Olympic opening ceremonies in Pyeongchang that will open tonight. And then here domestically, we will have one of the largest gatherings of people to welcome the Eagles for their first time ever bringing home that big Super Bowl championship. So we will be here talking to fans, talking to a lot of people who've come here from our area as well. And if you are in our area and you didn't want to make it out, you don't need to. You can just turn on the TV, stay with us all morning, and throughout the day we'll have recaps, we'll have live coverage, and of course some of the prep and excitement before the big parade. Back to you guys. Okay, so I'm standing facing all of the fans right now, and there are a lot of them, but I'm going to fast forward to a week ago. So before the Super Bowl and all of the fanfare and excitement, if you remember, a lot of different bets were made, and one of those involved this Rocky statue right here in front of me, of course, the famous Rocky statue. Well, the Brockton, Massachusetts Mayor Bill Carpenter challenged the Philadelphia Mayor Jim Kenney to a bet that if the Eagles lost, this Rocky statue right here would have to wear Patriots gear. On the other side, if the Patriots lost the Super Bowl, the statue of famous boxer Rocky Marciano in Brockton would have to wear Eagles gear. And as you can see, this guy sporting no Patriots gear. And if you take a look behind me, you can see that the celebration has started. There are so many people here, and just a couple minutes ago they actually turned on the music. So the music is playing. People have been here since last night, many of them to get these best seats in the house right in front of the beautiful Philadelphia Art Museum that's right here. So again, a lot going on here this morning, and this is just the beginning. The parade won't even kick off here. This is the end of the parade at the end of the day. It starts at 11 down on Broad Street at Pattison. So a lot going on. All of these fans just wanted to get here so they could make sure that they could see the end of the parade and the big ceremony taking place over here. Of course, lots of excitement for them. So many fans, and we're really excited to see what that number ends up being at the end of the day. We'll have all of your coverage for you so you can stay with us, but for now, back to you. Oh, it is constant. And of course, if we point the camera directly on them, they love it. So you can hear some people just cheering for us. There you go. No, they're cheering for the Eagles. This is such an exciting day for so many people who have waited for this since the moment they became Eagles fans. Many of them saying they've waited their entire life to see the Eagles be named Super Bowl champions, and today is that day of celebration for them. Just look at some of these faces. This is such a day of elation for them. This, where I'm standing right now, we are at the end of the parade route. We're actually standing where the parade will be passing through. It will start at 11 a.m. That's down on Broad and Pattison, ending here at the museum that you can see. If you take a look over here, you can actually see that they're still working, getting everything together. There's a lot of crews who've been out here. Now, we've been here since roughly 4 this morning, checking out the crowds that have been slowly and gradually growing. And again, as you've seen, the crowds of people here joining us, behind us, all throughout the city, and definitely a heightened day of security as we've seen police officers not only here but the entirety of the city. Where we've been along the parade route, seems like every single block there is either a squad car or there's just more security there, just to make sure that everyone here is safe. So we'll be continuing to give you coverage throughout the morning on all of this excitement, so definitely stay with us for that. Back to you. Good morning. So as you could probably hear, I'm joined by one or two of the greatest Eagles fans. Now behind me there is a sea of people. Check out all the people here. Some of these ladies, they told me that they got here at 3:30 in the morning. So ladies, you've been standing here for a long time. Yeah. Are you exhausted?
Really exhausted, and we're frozen.
Okay, frozen, but you've got a long way to go. So what do you have in mind?
We're just going to keep moving and screaming, and hopefully that'll warm us up.
Okay, well, have a great time. They're just some of the few fans. Check out all of these people that are just so excited. Many of them came from all different places. So where did you come in from this morning?
New York.
New York. Okay, how long have you been standing here?
Since about 4 o'clock this morning.
Okay, and going forward, what are you most excited for?
I'm looking forward to seeing the Super Bowl trophy and looking forward to seeing the Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles.
Of course, just like everybody else here, they're having a great time. Lots of green that we're seeing during the middle of the night. All of the buildings were lit up in green. And today, we even have a green beard. So, sir, how did you dye your beard green?
It is
How did you dye your beard green?
food coloring.
Food coloring. Okay. There you go. Little trick for you home if everybody else wants to do that. Okay, so big fanfare here since you last came to us. A couple things have changed, so they've been testing the sounds. Of course, they've got these big jumbotrons going. There's 14 of them along the 5-mile parade route that starts on Broad and Pattison. So, of course, we'll have team coverage today showing you everything that you need to know, Eagles, showing you the parade route, and, of course, all of these fans who are just so excited for today. We'll have much more coming up. Back to you guys. Good morning, Karen and Hasiel. So an exciting morning for Philadelphia Eagles fans. Even if you're not a fan, being here in this kind of environment definitely makes you see the joy that a lot of these people have. Some of these people have been standing here since the middle of the night, some of them since last night, and we were talking to some of these fans about how they're staying warm, how they're staying entertained. Well, since you last came to us, they started projecting the game on these jumbotrons. We know that there's 14 jumbotrons along the 5-mile parade route. So most of these people likely watch the Super Bowl on Sunday, but what a great way to stay warm and maybe stay distracted too, because again, we know that the parade won't be arriving here until later this afternoon. So again, it does start at 11 a.m. on Broad Street, but again, that's 5 miles away, so many of these people here won't be seeing those heroes of theirs for many hours to come. We were talking to some of them about how they got into the spirit. Many of them said there wasn't any getting into the spirit for them. This is something they've been waiting for as long as they have been Eagles fans, hoping that one day they would be able to bring home that win, and they did that this year. The Eagles are Super Bowl champions, so definitely an exciting morning. And we do know that once the parade ends right here, there will be a ceremony. So you can see all of those chairs. If you're wondering what that's for the ceremony. They've been doing some final checks here, some lighting and sound checks to make sure that everything is good to go for the big parade. We have been here all morning talking to the fans, talking to people who've been preparing, and just an amazing day for all of them who've been waiting so long for this. We'll be live at noon as well to show you what the parade actually looks like once it starts. You can see all of that here on WFMZ. You can also go online where you can see all of that as well. And if you want to see your pictures, they're on Twitter and they're also on our website. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Alexandra.